slut.
As we literally just go live. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes.
Off to a great start.
The slut in question.
We just fixed around right now. Welcome back to Generic Playbook. Right now, we do have a Mixus missing. She is not feeling good, so I just got to rotate, per usual, the layout a bit. Because like
Renora was the DM.
Yeah, that would have been that would have went all the shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but think of how many cool things we could have gotten, though. Like, we would have gotten so much cool shit.
Congratulations, guys!
Well,
You won D&D.
Exactly.
Hey.
Joke's on us. This is session 0. Welcome.
Whoa.
You guys lose all your
All your new
levels.
characters.
And
Oh, no,
all of
not
your
bad.
its get magically put in my inventory. Weird, huh? Like,
Oh, fancy.
Crazy, right?
Oh, look at that! Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
oh wow.
Renora's gonna come up with the medieval metal detector, so all the metallic just. Oh look, they're all mine now.
Weird how that works. Okay, well, bye. Like,
Have a beautiful
I feel
day.
like that's what the force field was on Monday. Like, oh, yeah, hand over those weapons. You'll totally get them back at the end of the night.
Oh yeah.
sure, yeah. Right.
All right. So, last the team left off, you were able to kill the lands of the scourge that afflicted them. Heading way back to Mix's hometown, you do notice that the previous town to it has been under a bit of a scuffle. You're able to find Serena, you're able to find Daphne, and they more or less point to where the damage has been started. As you proceed, you notice that for some reason Soma's out of the count, and there are 3 assailants, all female in cloak, that are dodging all the attacks of Talmud and Selic. You proceed. Due to the numbers that have been increased in your favor, they have a trouble dodging multiple attacks. Looks like they're not as skilled to fight hand in hand, but dodging. Eventually, you notice they start sacrificing their own selves to bring forth their god in question. As eventually the final one decides to summon herself and sacrifice the hearts of her sisters, All Mother arrives. Due to all of you, minus Thierna, under just extreme amount of anxiety and fear to this. Not only have you seen her before, not only can you know what she does, but just in her presence, you just can't do a thing. You pull Murph out of the way to make sure that she doesn't kill him for just being in her path. As she just picks up Soma, as he starts to wake up, and just flies off. Whether or not he is consenting to this or not, you are unaware. You are still just unable to move for a good half an hour. Just the presence that she leaves behind, the negative energy, the fact that you don't know if she might return just to have fun and just kill all of you just cause, just keeps you stone solid. But due to Fierna not being fully affected by this, during the half an hour of Fierna, now you know you cannot break them out of this, it won't happen. Is there anything that you would like to do?
I first tried to break them out, shaking them. That didn't work, so I was starting.
So remember, they're not stone solid. They're just.
I know. I'm just trying to shock them out of being scared.
Draw a
Stop
mustache on
being
us, you know.
scared.
Wake up! Focus.
Stop being bitches. But anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna contact Serafina and V and let them know that I would know who All Mother is, being
Yes.
a soldier.
Yep.
Correct. Okay.
All of you would kind of know All Mother by this point. All of you have had your own reasons to at least call her the All Mother, Cacopial, or the Dark One. You all know her under a different name, but you at least know who she is. Also,
Bitch,
due
you
to the
stole my
fact,
girlfriend.
also due to the fact that you guys were all present when you saw her in this current form. To remind you, you guys all saw her when you defeated God version of V. She appeared afterwards as the weird sister pulled herself out of V's body to save herself, only to be killed by All Mother. At that point, All Mother channeled the power of the third of the weird sister's energy to transform her into something more unique. Less of an individual piece of Cacopial, but something more akin to a devil, less than a piece of a god.
Didn't she also rescue or kidnap or whatever you want to call it when we brought Malik back from the Shadowfell? And he was locked in Seraphina's tent, and somebody came and.
So
What
you're thinking of is you guys brought back Valeris. You brought back Valeris. Malik pulled Valeris out. You have no idea if they are working together or not, but you at least know Valeris and Malik are. But you have no idea if these are two separate
They're on the same
problems or one problem at whole. You have no information, player or character wise, that has been given to you that make you think that Malik's goals and Cacopial goals are linked. They are two completely different things as of what you know right now. So you all have encountered her. She has announced to you, due to the last time, as she's going by a new title, which is the Demon God of Moon and Stars. That is her new title that she gave to herself. But yes, most people know her as All Mother, and she does have a large cult that will sacrifice themselves just to be in her presence.
I'm sorry, Joe. What was that new title again?
Demon God of Moon and Stars. So Cacopial's original title before she split off was the God of Moon and Stars.
Right.
So she's just calling herself the Demon God.
Okay.
All intents and purposes, she still looks pretty much the same. The difference is she's got more of the more of like the devil wings, more armor built into her body, more organic kind of armor. Very, very Lilith of Diablo kind of style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, she's hot.
Yeah, literally.
So you contact back over at the Hearten Kingdom.
Seraphina, you there? V, anyone?
It's Seraphina. What do you have to report?
Yeah, that Soma guy, he's missing. Silic tried to stab him, but missed the heart.
Wait. Why'd Silic try to kill him?
There were reasons, and we still don't know if he's good or bad, but I'm leaning towards bad because the All-Mother or Demon Goddess of Moon and Stars just came and snatched him up. So, yeah, what do you guys have any idea where she is?
No, we have no way to track her. She comes and goes. As far as we know, she does not exist in our plane. As far as we know, sacrifices need to be happen just for her to appear for several minutes. So she's probably at this point, depending on how quickly you were able to contact us, she's probably not in the same plane or reality that we are currently on right now. At least you can be certain, unless she has gained a different ability since the last time we were able to do some research. Most likely, unless another sacrifice happens in your presence, she most likely will not return.
Well, 3 people sacrificed themselves, and she came over, and we lost the only piece we had to either help the world or destroy the world. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Everybody's terrified, and I was hoping you'd have some kind of clue on how to find her.
Well, that, you know, 1 second, and it goes a little quiet. At this point, you guys are starting to realize that she's not coming back, and you all start to move a little bit, but you're still kind of a little edgy, you know, maybe looking over your shoulder a little bit, still getting a little twitchy. But eventually, Fiona, you hear a response back. We were able to get at least a council of archmages. Unless you got anything set up back over there, might be prudent for you to come back here.
We'll be back there as soon as we can. We're gonna have to find this guy, kill him, or find out if he is the savior of the world. But if All Mother wants him, I highly doubt that.
Right. After about a couple minutes, the conversation also ends. A couple minutes, you start to notice a portal being summoned. That's about 10 feet away from you, right in the middle of the bridge. As you immediately see these two fully cloaked, but not so much for like their faces are shadowed in their hood. You see these elves, both look like wood elves, come out wearing what looks like the colors of Heartwind. Immediately come out, each with a book and a staff. Greetings. We are emissaries from Heartwind. We are here to retrieve you and bring you back over to the castle.
I'm gonna go gather up the rest of the team. Anybody who's still kind of on the ground, I'll help them up, and then check on Tallman and Silic and everybody and kind of get them up and moving.
Silic is currently unconscious. He has been kind of bitch slapped from skewering. From skewering.
Firemen carry him.
Okay.
Back through the portal then.
Okay. All right. As you all start going through the portal, you now find a room that you have never seen in Heartwind. This room specifically looks like a room that's specifically made for mass teleportation. As you appear on what seems like a 30 by 30 round, what looks like a pedestal. Several illuminated orbs in the middle. They're channeling energy almost like its own personal gravitational field. As you immediately see the two walk back with you, as they just like look at you, and one of them just kind of like hands glow and almost looks like they're trying to make sure that there's no side effects from the transportation. All right, good. Good. You're weird, but I think that has nothing to do with the spell. All right, good. All right, all set. As another one opens up a door leading on, if you take a right, you'll be able to see where they are pretty quickly. You all been around here from what we were told. We were told just head right over to the conference room, to the council room, and they'll be all set for you.
Well, that was fun.
Helga,
No
you wanna
offense, guys.
find
We kind of
Wilbur?
got our ass kicked. Like,
Sure did. Sure did.
Yeah, I'd like to not find her again, but it seems like we're gonna have to.
Oh man. Do we
No,
have to?
yes.
I don't wanna.
Yes.
What if?
That's not
You
fun.
can go
I
right
know
back
it's
through
fun.
that portal, sir. Like,
Bye. No, like,
No
like
one tells me
living-
what to
I like
do.
our world.
Oh crap! The teleportation's off. I guess I'll go with you.
like literally. Like,
Why do you want to save the world? Because I'm one of the assholes who live in it.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess. Like,
should we maybe make sure that Silic gets medical attention as well?
Tolman at
Well,
this point
he's-
is actually personally taking responsibility, and he is actually like walking him over to somewhere. Looks like he at least knows his way around at least a little bit.
Okay.
He eventually looks at you. Don't worry, do what you need to do. I'll contact the family and let them know what has happened. I'm sure he's fine. but you do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll fill you in afterwards.
Perfect. Go.
Murph
I'll take
is
care of
just staring eye daggers at Silk's unconscious form. Just death
Yeah.
stare.
He had his reasons, and I'm sure we'll figure them out, Murph. But we got other things we need to do right now, and he can't answer while unconscious, so we may as well be productive with our time.
Who needs him to answer? I just need to pound his fucking skull into the ground. He doesn't have to answer anything for me to do that.
Glad you feel like yourself, Murph.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start walking.
it's a little
Yeah.
murdery.
Okay.
to the room.
All right. As you start heading closer to the council chambers and going back behind the throne room, you do notice that the place has definitely been given its full spit shine around. A bunch of the decor has been updated to the current colors of the flag for Heartwind. Place has been mostly maintained, minus a few. This will be that perfect condition of what would be Seraphina's will. You eventually get to the council chambers. At this time, there are 2 guards at the doors. They do expect you to come in as each one grabs a handle, just shakes her head at you, and just opens the doors towards them, allowing you access.
I'm also assuming that I, in big, lichen won't fit, so I'll just shrink back down.
Fair
and be
enough.
like, I don't think I'm a fit. So,
Okay.
and I kind of don't want to, give anyone a stroke. So just shrink back down to normal before.
Fair enough.
Be nice.
As you start walking in,
Boulder's here, right? Or no?
no. I mean, he's at
Damn it.
Heartwind's,
Oh,
but
I
he's
thought
not.
he was.
He's in Heartwind, but he's not in that room.
Oh,
Yeah, he's around.
we'll reunite.
The
Because then we can have big boy battles.
The room itself has been somehow, some way, enlarged. The walls, the ceiling have been expanded somewhat. Where the room itself was maybe 20 feet squared, maybe 10 feet high, it is now an atrium itself. There is a chandelier, large candelabra, hanging from the ceiling is now 50 feet high, that now has what looks like a spherical glass roof on top. The space of the room now extends out to 60 feet, which adorns many artworks of... Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
Oh no.
Who did
Corey.
lose? Corey?
Olga.
Helga will return after these messages.
She's trying to shift back. It's a little hard of a shift.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That's it. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Oh. Shifting in game.
I mean, I like what they've done with the room. It's quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they put out the red carpet. And
But yeah, you see that the place is adorned with artwork of at least maybe the last 10 generations of kings and queens that ruled Heartwind itself. One specific portrait does grab your attention, at least all of yours, just because it does have a different frame than the rest. As far as everything, as far as Seraphina's father and previous kings and queens of past, their frames are adorned in gold. Their frames are golden with a bit of like a steel bead to them. The frame of the one that's specifically behind Seraphina's chair is what looks like some male, no female at his side, but the frame itself is what looks like made out of some kind of crimson stone, maybe ruby or something similar. Based on the artwork too, it looks like this is the only one that has a different artist rendering than the rest. Even though these aren't real paintings, obviously someone had to magically recreate them because the ones would have been religiously damaged. This one looks like it was done by somebody else. But you enter into the large room now with the conference table that round it is can probably fit up to 20, where before it could fit up to 8. You see them currently sitting down. Norin is moving around as he is currently grabbing himself what looks like he's already preparing some kind of concoction. It does smell like some kind of ale that he's preparing inside of a large pitcher. As he brings it over, and he already starts filling up cups, anticipating your arrival. As immediately as it goes by, she already kind of looks distraught by the whole thing, and she pulls out a flask and starts pouring a little bit of extra nip on top. It looks like, based on the environment and just getting the read of the room, they've probably been in discussion for at least several hours. They seem irritated with each other. This kind of almost gives you the feel of like a, indecision. You can't leave the room until you all agree on something. Looks like drinks have been refilled several times. You can notice a bit of a residue on the drinks of maybe started off with tea and then eventually switched to ale. At this point, you can tell that most people have gotten a little more relaxed there. V has slowly but surely during the time has taken off her pauldrons, her breastplate, so on and so forth, and she is just mostly relaxed there, just kind of tapping the table. As you are entering, Seraphina mentions, "Look, I want to be out of here as quick as possible, but we need to figure this out." As she looks at all of you as you come in. "Oh, thank God. All right, come, sit. As Norin immediately goes over and starts pouring everyone a drink, whether or not you want it or not, he immediately gives you all a big gulp. Basically a Murph-sized glass of ale. Drink. I'm sure it's been a long several days. Pick here, relax. There's much to discuss." So he fills everyone up, and he immediately goes back to go create more to fill up the pitcher again, ready for everyone to need a refill. As he looks stressed beyond belief.
You're welcome.
Seraphina just looks at all of you. "Well, first off, relax. I'd rather have you at least partake in a drink before we get into the business, please. Don't hold on formalities. Drink."
Oh, I'm not.
What are we celebrating?
Seraphina stands up and
I'm gonna glare at.
she goes.
Shut up, Sander.
She goes behind her as she pulls out some food, as it looks like there's still like kind of like almost like a turkey dinner that they've been kind of picking at this whole time, but it looks like it's like half a boar, like a bowl of grapes, some different food to munch on. As they've been kind of slowly picking on it, she kind of moves to the center table for anybody just to start grabbing pieces of meat. No formalities, nothing. Just start grabbing yourself chunks of whatever you want, start eating. Please help yourself.
Yep.
They said no manners, and no manners they got.
We haven't had like a proper
It's full,
meal in
like-
probably a long time, so sure.
Attitude.
I'm totally going into like Beauty and the Beast mode, just like
Yeah.
face in the soup bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. The attitude, what I've already explained. Everyone give me perception check just to peer in further.
How good are our drunken eyes, guys?
DC is 16.
Not good.
Not very good.
Nope.
17.
Hold on.
Nice.
Advantage on perception.
And that was a big gulp of ale.
Yeah, that's a big gulp of ale.
What about you, Renora? I don't know if I heard what you said.
I got a 15.
Okay, so it looks
I
like
got a nat 20 for 31.
okay. So between Murph and Helga, you're able to notice a few things that they're not hiding from you, but maybe just they weren't so obvious when you walked into the room. First off, added back and forth, you notice that no one's never sitting down. Looks like he's being too much of a busybody right now, whether it's more anxiousness, anxiety, anything like that. He is trying to keep his hand busy, and whenever he's not going to get drink, it specifically looks like he's constantly looking at this very, very large, even for a grimoire-sized grimoire. This thing looks like you would have to be at least Murph size to put on the side of a satchel to wear. This thing is large. The grimoire itself looks like it holds at least 1,000 pages. It's almost like an almanac. The other things that you notice is specifically is the inscription, and Helga, you'll specifically see this, of the names underneath each portrait of the kings and queens that are surrounding the room. As you notice, each one is labeled as king or queen, each one. Usually falling down the name of some descendant of Heartwind. But the one that's in the actual ruby frame that's behind Seraphina's chair specifically has a different last name. The person himself is humanoid and looks very much human in all right. But the way that he's dressed gives him more kind of like a Lord Vampire kind of look. Very distinguished, but very much has like the black and gold. As it is put as Great Lord Deimos. And you were reloading your Discord when I was mentioning this, is that all the frames around kings and queens are all in gold, but his specifically is like in a rubyish or some kind of red stoned frame. Every other frame specifically says king and queen. What were you saying, Fiona?
We haven't come across him in this campaign.
Deimos?
Correct?
No.
Okay, so I don't stare suspiciously at it. I ignore it.
The picture is definitely odd compared to the rest, where every other one has a strike of hero in them. Like they were a king, but they probably earned their right not only based on blood, but probably as a warrior at heart in some ways, like I am the honorable king. That each of them look like they have that in their own right. This specifically looks like a man that won their seat with blood.
Okay.
Yet he's still in these walls. The last thing you would notice specifically is that the table itself is designed in a newly intricate manner. The original table itself, smaller, was just a basic, fancy, but yet simple oak table. Now this one has a bit of a design in it. At first glance, it looks like it mostly has the symbols of kings and queens of past that ruled Heartwind. But inspecting further, you're able to notice that it looks like this table was once something else repurposed, as it looks like it was originally aimed to specifically only seat 4, and it looks like each one, the people never sat here, but they were summoned here. But it looks like the power that created that has been stripped from it on purpose, and now it's being used for Seraphina's own reasons. After you partake in some food, partake in some drink, eventually V just smacks her fist down. Norrin, if you don't sit your ass down right now, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Oh. Just like old times.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I'm just like, fine.
As he immediately pulls his chair down, refills his drink, and immediately sits down. He starts summoning the grimoire and lets it rest on the table, as you notice that the weight of it, even gently lowering, just kind of creates a little bit of a wind push, as it does seem that maybe it weighs easily 50 pounds. Throughout that, V's just like, can we get on with it? Seraphina looks... Well, this is going to be complicated. We roll to figure out, well, the prophecy. And we roll to figure out specifically what she wants with him. Specifically, Cacopio with Soma.
That is.
Do tell.
Norrin, we were able to discover that there was an item stolen from another reality. We weren't peering in, but while we were doing research, we found out you were there. An item that was from the land of the mystics. Not quite sure why you guys were there. Not our business. But an item was still there a long time ago. And it was corrupted. And afterwards, somehow someone came possession of it. Apparently interned him. And allowed him to be used in whatever way Kokolpiel saw fit with him. Have you encountered he just kind of creates like a minor illusion of what looks like a spherical object that is radiating some kind of shadow.
That looks like what we came across.
That looks like what made me
Yeah, isn't that what
you
that-
and
The witch had, right?
the hag? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where is it now?
In
Mash?
pieces?
Right. Didn't she like smash it and then Helga went all like feral?
I thought the three that sacrificed themselves took it.
Right.
I'm going back
No,
to my
my-
notes. I'm sorry.
The hag just drained the magic out of the orb into Helga, into me. And then once you defeated me, it got sucked back in,
Mhm.
and the
So to
the
remind
It was
three.
the three.
to remind you guys, it is a immortal object.
So it can't break.
It cannot break. It can only be
Okay.
repurposed.
Got
And the specifically to put it as the orb is an immortal object. You have no idea about the energy within.
Right.
Yes, when the power was put into Helga turned into a much more monstrous form out of her control. Once you defeated Helga, the power went back into the orb.
Oh.
You eventually were able to make it back there after the World of the Mystics. And Emberlay was able to copy that power and create basically a cure to the land and basically try to conceal the orb. During the process, you guys eventually returned back. The orb was stolen from you during the scuffle. And due to Xander seeing through Kazushimi's eyes, you're able to see that the orb was given to Soma before you arrived, but he went into almost a psychotic break seeing it.
Right.
Therefore, he wasn't affected by the fear that Kokolpiel was there. He was just under such a huge mental breakdown. You couldn't tell if he was reacting positively or negatively to his capture by her.
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
So you have no idea if he even is still even understanding what is going on.
Right.
So, about the orb,
We thought it was broken.
she might have it.
Who?
Kokopiel, All-Mother, demon god of whatever she wants to call herself nowadays.
She certainly likes long titles, doesn't she?
Well, the good news about it is she can't hold it. So she probably doesn't have it.
I think Soma has it.
That's
Who's
not good.
with her?
That's not good. So
Somehow it was given to Soma in the whole summoning scuffle, and somehow Soma has it, but Soma's with her, so by default she has it. Whoops!
long story
Here you
short,
go, Ira.
Just give me a refill.
as Norin flips over a couple pages backwards, it looks like they were talking about something and he kind of progressed, so he's kind of going back in a story in a couple pages in his book, and he kind of slides it. Does anybody look at it as see fit? As these pages are quite large, they're, each page is probably about, a good 4 feet in height. So scour through them is a lot of scripture, and the language itself looks celestial in nature. So unless you can, which I think a couple of you can read Celestial, unless you can't, then otherwise you can't read it. The
Nerd.
fucking nerds, stinks like nerd.
Fucking nerd. Damn hooks.
But he does explain. I don't know if you know this or not, but Malik was one of the people who forged the Eidolon blades, the blades Bahamut. Apparently, when the war happened between the gods, he made another, but not with a housing inside. Just a simple item itself. Not a blade, just an item. Enough to empower whatever blade he was holding. But unfortunately, it got lost in the time, and we find records of it attaching to different people. Not knowing they got some kind of object, making them more powerful, but turning them feral in the process until eventually they die out. And it keeps going on to another person. We think somehow it got pulled into the genie's dimension. They tried to fix it. It only got worse. Escaped. And somehow, this is probably why Soma turned. He probably got a hold of it, and not even he could resist the corruption it had on his soul. Most likely, based on what you were telling us last time we talked, why he doesn't remember anything is probably because without the corrupted object, he doesn't remember anything before he touched it. Or anything after he touched it. Whatever his actions were at that point, whether or not he was in control or not, he does not remember.
So now that he has it back, is he kind of getting flashed with memories now of filling in the gaps, or is it...
We have no idea. This is a cursed item of cursed items. We don't even really know the reason why our mother would want him to have it again, but we know the reason why she'd want to be aligned with him.
And that is...
He's a sword to be used at her discretion. Most likely, if she can control
Especially
the orb,
that crazy ass blade, like...
Yeah, if she can control the power of whoever is controlled by the orb, in his case, he is a very powerful sword to be wielded as she see fits.
Yeah, she's basically looking for a henchman of all henchmen, since you said she can't touch the orb herself. She's looking for someone, a conduit, essentially.
There's... Norin responds, there's laws to magic in these worlds. Doesn't matter if you're in our plane, in another reality, if you're on in another realm. One law in magic is always the same. One creature cannot hold another of equal power. A god cannot hold another god weapon. A devil cannot hold another demon weapon. So, a god themselves cannot wield the power equal to themselves. Therefore, she cannot hold whatever that power contains. It's almost a magnetic opposition. So she's doing her best to control it without naturally holding it.
Right. Mm-hmm. She's trying to find a loophole.
As many gods try to.
How'd you guys get it away last time?
We didn't. It was by happenstances that it was discarded. We know very little about what happens and what happened, but we are currently trying to find the group that knows the information. Somehow Soma lost, died, fell. We're not quite sure, but he fell within the planet itself, got lost, and probably somewhere in between, the power of the curse disconnected itself from him. Therefore, it just randomly went in a different direction from where he went through. Which leads us to another problem. something that we have been brought attention to. I'm gonna have to apologize to my wife for this because I was hoping she was gonna be present. As they just yell, "You can come in." As immediately the doors open. As immediately you see, almost like a mirror image of another companion in your party, as you immediately see a green little creature start running in, jumping onto the table and immediately looking at all of you with giddiness. As you see another one walking with pale skin, hood up, walk in through and starts looking at all of you. Please sit, get a drink. Everyone.
Oh no, there's 2 of them! Oh no!
I feel like Mixus would shout out, "I know you!"
Yeah.
And they like.
Yeah, I was really hoping for something, but I can't really delay this. As
We know the chaos that's unfolding right now in one side of the table as the little green ones are screaming and jumping and talking a mile a minute. None of us can understand what they're saying.
Helga's now crying because another nightmare has come true.
As the pale-skinned one immediately but remember, we're in their company, right? Grab some food and grab some drink, start filling it up. Yes, everyone, I would like you to introduce 2 members of the team that have at least dealt with something similar before. One raises their hand. Fig, as you start, you can't hear what the little one's saying as she's got food in her mouth. You assume it, L. But she's just devouring like a big, huge turkey leg right now. These 2 added to, I'm sure you've met before, the Hellforger, themselves and a few other members of the team fought off against something as Fig mentions. Let's just be clear. It wasn't Soma, it was the closest thing of what we were told was it was an avatar, a whatever the cursed item created to delay us. We didn't think that he was coming back. Our job, as like they immediately intervene, not allowing Seraphina to intrude, our job solely is to make sure that he stays dead. We did not know he was alive. Our job is to find this corrupted item and destroy it. We understand it's indestructible, but we have ways, as their hand starts to glow in a certain way, to deal with such objects. We are given powers from a higher power, many higher than the ones you speak to, and we have every right to deal with it as we see fit. Immediately, the little one immediately takes breath. What they said, and immediately starts devouring them more. Seraphina immediately. Long story short, they have been given a right, a power from Bahamut to exact justice wherever he wants them to. Immediately, Fig interrupts. If we find Soma, whether or not he's good or evil, our job is to kill him, make sure he never comes back, find the orb, destroy it, and if we can't, take it somewhere else where it can't be used. Only then we'll be able to have our mission complete, job done, and have this off our shoulders.
I'm down to kill somebody. Let's go. I think Silic was down to kill somebody too.
He was close. Just didn't drive that knife far enough.
I was to say, it would have made our problems a lot easier, right? If he was out of the equation already.
V immediately interrupts and slams her fist down. We are not ready. We just reclaim this area. Changes are being made. You might have the powers to yourself to be able to at least subdue Soma, but you weren't able to fight him at his strongest. And not only that, worst case scenario, he's teamed up with her. What matter of strength do you think you have, even if you have everyone at your disposal? What do you suggest? We need more. More warriors, more heroes, more knights. We need more. An army doesn't do anything, but we are all destined for a fight in the future, and there are people missing. There are warriors that have dealt with them before. We don't know if they won or if they lost. Maybe find them. And she really sits clenching her fist. And realistically, a couple of our own are missing still. I'd rather deal with that problem first, get them back, take care of another piece off the board, and at least get rid of some of her warriors.
Valid. Very fair.
Yep.
Chip away at what we can.
Yeah.
While we
Is there
come
a
up with a
list of
bigger...
these people?
What'd you say, Fiona?
Is there a list of these people we can start looking?
And that brings us, yes, to the reason why we are discussing this. We have several directions where we're going to go, and we understand that you all as your team still have things that you want to do. You're able to take care of a problem that we promised you would help you with. You're able to take care of Ira.
Yeah, we did that.
Next, there are several other oppositions. One, we will take care of one of them, was the Fate Gods. That's a 2 birds, 1 stone situation. We're able to find them. Not only are they large pieces to remove from the board, but taking them off of the board adds 2 to our team. Very powerful warriors. Not only that, but if we're able to get Lair Valerian back, we can maybe barter a treaty once again with Aberys. That gives us a larger army at our disposal. Currently, right now, her brother is not working fairly with us. The other hand, we do not know anything at all about how Soma originally fell. Again, we don't know if he died. We don't know if he took his own life. We don't know if he killed them, if they won. We don't know the situation. But at the bare minimum, if they are still around, they at least can give us some information. But they are hard to track. We spotted one some time ago, but then we lost them. We thought we were able to find them. We think that they had an encounter with Gladlin. And we lost them again. As far as we know, they're dealing with encounters with Gladlin. That's also 2 birds, 1 stone. As Seraphina interrupts, I don't want to be a dictator. I don't want to tell everybody what to do. This is a council for a reason. It is up to all of you of what you want. There are several different ways we can go. I think it is agreed that right now what we have is not enough strength to fight this fight. As to that, we have no idea what Malik's intentions are with this, or what the hell he wants with Valeris. That's another power that could be presented, unfortunately. So as far as you, as she points to your group, how would you like to proceed? Would you want to go track this other group? Would you choose to help us find the other fate gods, as you've already done with us once before? Or is there still something that you find imperative, much like Era, that has to be done first?
Almost.
Taking out the fake gods.
I was going to say, how best could we be of use to you? I mean, where do you think, if you were to send a group out, brand new, like if you were to send a scouting mission or a new group of volunteer, like where would you have them? What do you perceive as the biggest fish to fry, so to speak?
It's difficult to say.
I'm just, again, trying to use what time we have wisely. Which is weird coming from me. I don't like this, guys. I don't like this.
It's difficult to say. We, on one hand, my heart wants my friends and family back. And mentally and in rights, it does make sense. But to know our enemy, we need to figure out who possibly could have beaten him. But we're kind of having a problem even trying to track them. We at least, if it is as far as finding our enemy, we at least know where Alair Valerian takes rest. If you feel so bold, we can take down another fate god.
I mean, I almost agree that that's probably taking down Alair Valerian is probably the best, because then if we can get her back, that's just one more person on our side, right? Apparently a very powerful person that might be willing to help us, because I don't think, she asked for this to happen, so she might want us. Right. Again, this new whole smart thing is
in anger and frustration, Seraphina, no. If we free her, she will help us. If we were able to get V to break out of whatever that was, we can do it to her as well.
Then I say getting that is probably the best. That's where my vote is go get this other potential ally back, because that's one less thorn. That seems just the easiest than trying to track. Do you even know if this other group that you're looking for, do you even know if they're still alive? Like, no offense to your people, but we could be tracking people that, like, if you lost them.
We were able to track at least 2 of them a year ago. As far as the group as a whole, we do not know.
Right, so as far as we know, some of the group could have died. We at least know where Rin is.
It's true.
We know what to do with, like you said, we've got V back. We kind of know more of what we're doing in terms of taking down a fate god than finding some random group in the forest. I mean, don't let me speak for all of you, please. It never goes well. Like, you should know this by now.
You're actually doing pretty good, Helga.
I know, it's weird.
It's shocking.
I need more booze.
I do agree with Helga. We know where this person is. We can at least start with this person. While we finish with this, if you guys can find out where Gladolin is, we'll go from there.
Just be warned, if this is what you want to do, we don't know, since the fates are on Allmother's side, we don't know yet what someone's intentions are, whether or not he's been corrupted by it or not. But take into account what's happened to you, Helga, and apply it to him. Imagine what kind of destruction he can do.
I mean, I knew what destruction I did. I can't even begin to imagine, so...
Not something I want to see happen.
Yes. I do miss that form though. That was fun. Not the whole like killing you guys thing. That was not fun.
Yeah, that was less that was fun.
That was less fun. But even then, if we get Rin, Alair Valerian back, then she could, like you said, come help us fight against Soma in whatever state he's in. Whereas if we go now, we have to fight Soma in whatever state he's in, and then go take out a fake god. Like, it just seems like getting the help now is more beneficial than
Take down
later?
Yeah. Right.
Anybody? Yeah. Anybody? Yeah. Murph, what do you think? You're being quiet as usual.
Sounds like a good plan. From the mouths of babes. Look at you with your growth. You know what? Do you know what Helga deserves when she has character growth? Do you know what it is? Another
cookie.
drink.
Another
drink.
Honestly,
Like a
yes. Helga plans on getting smashed. So
I do.
No, I mean, as you said, good at killing. Keeping the
Or
peace and finding out
redeeming.
information, less so.
Right. I do want
And redeeming.
to
like-
get some justice against Mala, because I feel like we're still that shoulder of guilt from Khalid, and some justice for that is still on.
oh, I haven't forgotten. Don't worry. But
But what's more
That's-
doable might be
right,
finding
with
the-
just us. For
Yeah.
Khalid as a whole, as much as I want to go home and start storming the castle and bringing it back, that's just suicide at this point. Like, we need
Yeah.
more reinforcements than...
Right. More or less.
This isn't about a battle anymore. It's about winning a war.
That's fair.
So,
Survival.
as they said, we take one of the enemy's pieces off the board and gain one of our own.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
How far away
That
is
time
where
will come, Sander.
Rin, you said you know where she goes or sleeps, or how far away is that?
This is Norin immediately presses on the table beneath you as you start to notice like this 3D, like the stone starts turning into like a map, a realm map, and it starts showing you exactly. And let's see, can I pull it up on here? Where is my map? Give me my map.
That's the Queen of Man.
Map.
Go map.
Backpack map.
Go map rocks.
All the maps.
Helga's just watching this table like turn, and since she's had a few drinks, she's just like, ooh.
The whole world's
Magic is so cool, you guys.
Yeah. I'm sure you're just
Ah,
joining L
there
and
goes.
all the
Still coming off the Feywild high.
You're right.
God.
Why is it not pulling up the realm map? Okay, well, nonetheless, currently where she is located is actually in Khalid.
Hey, we're going back home, guys.
Never mind, we're changing our plan.
Specifically, it looks like
Ironic
where
twist
she
of
is
fate.
actually in the past couple years has made her specific landmark is actually now what is the flooded basin of the actual volcano. As is taken in water ever since the collapse.
That was gonna be my out of character question. We know she's a Triton, right? Why would she go to a volcano?
I mean, and remember, you guys have encountered her once, and you could
Right.
tell even just by looking at her. If you did not ask, if you weren't that one person, be like, "Hey, what's up? What race are you?" Kind of like that. You could easily
Yeah.
tell that based on the gills, the fins. You could assume that she's some kind of aquatic creature.
Yeah.
Like, why the hell is she in a volcano?
Like one doesn't necessarily go out to be like, "Yo, I'm Silic. I am I'm a sea elf.
I like long walks on the beach.
Yeah, you know,
I'm a Sagittarius. Like,
Um,
I make a mean
So the-
quiche. You know.
No. The
I make one hell of a lasagna.
I like
let me
quiche.
tell you.
all right.
that sounds good.
Now here
Do
is.
we know if?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. You first.
Do we? I'm gonna ask Seraphina if. Do you have any spies in that area that know if the devils are still there as well?
We don't need spies. They're there. They do not like to keep themselves secret. There's about 3 of them that decide to call that their own resting place. Let me pull them up so I can give you the names of who's there.
Helga just smashes her fist into the table.
Helga smash!
Helga smash!
Justice for Khalid.
Nora
Helga
just looks at you
drinking.
as he just mends the table. Please don't do that again.
I mean, I
like
could do
this
a
table.
wall.
This
The table was here.
All right, so all right, so there is the devil Atmir, the god of death.
Whoa, just cash.
There is the devil Setia, which is the goddess of death. And there is, where the hell is he? He's their son.
Big ol' happy family reunion. The devil's wonderful.
You know it. There we go. Emmys. He is the god of fire. He was the giant fire creature you had to fight before he crashed over everything.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, so Tor fucked off.
Well, these are the
I mean,
ones that
I don't know
these
that.
are who they know are there. They
No.
are at least
Okay.
guaranteeing that they know the 3. She said specifically, Emmy is always stays in his size. He's just walking around as a giant fire creature all the time. As far as we know the gods of death are there specifically due to how they're affecting, well, death itself. They are husband and wife, but by laws of nature, they should actually not always be together. It does affect death. And as far as people we've sent there, we've been told that they are feeling corrupted just by being in their presence. So we assume that they're at least there somewhere. As far as the others, we know that you took we know you took care of the god, the devil blessed. As far as Uthbor, the god of revenge, Tor, the god of the hunt, and Nadia, goddess of torture, it would be hard for us to know if they're there, as they could be more inconspicuous by nature.
Well, we've taken out one already. We've gone against Ira. I hate to say how bad could they be against Ira, but
Well, as Nora mentions, look, they are not on the same level as what, not as far as, not put as strength, but as laws are dictated. They still follow the same laws as how devils are. They're not like Ira, they're not like Acopial. They don't have their own certain playing field that is exclusive to them. Devils can just die like anybody else, just like gods can. But Ira and Cacopial are different. They follow different laws as far as what affects them and what doesn't. Devils are still devils. They still can die. They still can age. And they still have weaknesses. They are powerful, but they're still vain. Fire can still be quenched. And death can still die. Just because you're the god of death does not mean that you're immune to it.
That's handy information.
we're not the same people that left Khalid that are going back to Khalid.
That is definitely another point. You have had many trials and tribulations ever since that. Yes, it has been a year and change, but much has happened. Many people much older than you has experienced much less in a longer terms of time. But do not take them lightly. They are the 7 royal devils for a reason. They were summoned there for a reason. They do have tricks. They do have gifts that other devils do not have. And it would be fruitless and it would be stupid to try to tackle them all at once. We do know a few things about them. As far as Setia and Atmir, they are immortal when they are together. If you fight them together, you are at a completely uphill battle. Best bet is to separate them as much as you can. They both control death itself. Therefore, being next to each other allows them to be immune to the process of death. Separate them, you're taking that advantage away. Emmy's is different. Emmy's is fire. He's rage. Fire can be extinguished. Rage can be used to your advantage. He's a big man. And he's surrounded by water. It's probably why he hasn't left. He physically probably can't. So, that being said, remember, he's the son, they're the parents. You might want to take that into account too. There's different things in there. You take them out first. Does that make them more difficult to fight or easier to fight, knowing that you killed their son? Kill the parents first, make him easier to fight or harder. The things that need to be taken into account. Remember, it's not just a battle of attrition. Many other things has to be taken into account. And again, like I said, we only know what has been given to us, that those who are there. We have had no signs of Nadia, Tor, or Earthbore anywhere else. There's no reason to say that they are there, but we cannot guarantee that they aren't. All we can guarantee is if Alair Valerian decided to make the volcano her home, by logic, the devils are not invited in. So, if you're choosing to fight her one-on-one and you make your way into the volcano, guaranteed, they will not be there. Her, and whatever the weird sister that embodies her, will have as her creations. That being said, if this is what you want to do, we would absolutely appreciate it. But we cannot send you with an army. This will be very similar to how we did it last time. We can send one of us with you, but we need to keep at least some of the council here. So, if this is what you want to do, we'll leave it up to you. Which one of us would join you on this quest? Myself? V? Benorin?
Oh shit, we need to decide right now. Can't like table this.
If this is something that you want to think on, take a day on it. Relax. You just got out of a giant mess of a whole realm that owes you their favor. And I think at the bare minimum, you deserve at least one day to yourself. At the bare minimum. You can table this. Go relax. Drinks. Go enjoy. Go get some food. Your rooms are still available. We can continue this tomorrow. As immediately Fig just stands up. This is how it's going to be. We'll go track the team. You all can't find them. We'll find them. You're just going to do You're just going to do the two of you? Well, if we're going to find them, we'll need a couple others. We'll go find our team. Keep us in touch. As they start walking off and heading out. As they walk out, immediately Fig just puts their hood back up. as Ellie immediately is like chewing on a big bone and like waving at you as she's going by. As they meet, like disappear into like a white like celestial blur that just kind of teleports them out.
I'd be a little bit more leery about that group, but I'm gonna look over at Meeksus and Murph. Kind of remind me of us.
Is that a compliment or an insult?
I'm really not too sure.
With that, if we're gonna table it, we will give ourselves a 10-minute break. Let everybody go to the bathroom, get a little bit of stretching time, and we'll be right back. So do not go far. We're gonna take a quick break. See you in a minute.
Cool. One and one
That's
alone.
why I'm skydiving.
All right, we're back. All right, so all right,
Skydiving.
so as Fig and L disappear into some kind of celestial blur and whatever they did, immediately the meeting is adjourned, and you guys are given till noon the next day before the meeting begins. Currently, right now, due to the time you arrived and what it is right now, it is about 6 p.m. So you got dinner if you still want to get food, otherwise drink to your heart's content. Your rooms are still there, which are about a few rooms down from the hallway that's connected to the throne room. So it's not too far of a walk to get back over to the chambers. Places change a little bit. There are several places you can go to. There is a couple, there's the same bar, which is like the Irish pub inside the place. Now the town has kind of been rebuilt. If you look around, there's actually a lot more to the town now as far as the immediate, like within 100 feet of the castle itself. There is a couple eateries. One is called the Horsehead and the other one is called the Diamond Perch. Horsehead specifically is a meat eatery, and then that has ale, and the Diamond Perch is specifically a fish shanty. As far as outside of that, there are a couple taverns / pubs that have inns attached to them on the second floor. There are a couple shops also if you want to go shopping. Take into account that if you decide to go to these places that are not connected to the castle, as fun as they will be, they are not on the house. They would still have to be paid for. Only if you go to the pub in the castle will it be free for you.
I would like to go shopping.
Shopping.
I will go with you.
Okay. Sounds like a
Helga,
shopping trip.
The last like 2 or 3 minutes of that conversation, that like war room meeting, Helga's actually been staring, not like to make it awkward, but like at specifically Norin's grimoire, and she wants to try and go find him.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see where this goes.
Wait. Okay, that sounded so bad that I missed it. Like it was like, wait, what? Repeat again what you want to do, because maybe I can actually grasp it this time.
Helga's been looking at, even though I can't understand all the spells and stuff that are in there.
Big words,
She's
got
been
it.
looking, right? Bedazzle magic, you know. But she's been right. I've been looking at the grimoire. And as soon as Khalid was mentioned, I got super like pale for what Helga's standards are, and so she wants to go and try and find Norin to ask him a specific magic question, considering he's got a really large magic book.
Okay. He's going to look at you and he's just like, I mean, I can give you some novice books if you want to try to practice some stuff. I can give you what I would give to...
No, I don't exactly know how to ask this, or if it's even something you could do, or if there's someone around here.
Not to be rude, but if you don't know how to ask it, you won't be able to understand it. I mean, that's just, you know...
Nor be a dick.
Can you contact the dead?
I mean, it's not one of my specialties, but I can.
Can you contact someone for me?
Depends on the person. Some dead don't want to respond. I mean, like, to contact the dead, are you... Is there a grave you want me to go to, or are you actually trying to contact a spirit?
A spirit. The body, I'm presuming, is on Khalid. And going back there is...
I mean...
rattled me more than I'm willing to admit, but I'd like to at least try.
I would not be the best at this, but if you... Let's see.
Or like if there's an expert, like some I don't understand.
One of the archmages here, they don't live on site. They're in one of the towns, one of the townhouses down the way. We don't keep them on site just specifically because they deal with not necessarily necromancy, but they deal with carrying out our dead and helping them pass. He'd be your best bet for, let's say, long distance communication in such a fact. I could at least commune if it was something close by, but something more of that is a little bit out of my wheelhouse. When it comes to this, you have specialities, and this is not one of mine.
That's fair enough. Which way was the hut?
The house that he's at is just head down about a few blocks. You're specifically looking for the specific house that has the ram symbol on it. Head over there.
And should I tell whoever this is that you sent me? Like, who am I looking for?
I'm gonna need a name generator for this. I didn't give him a name. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, you don't just say that. You can't just pull that out of your ass.
I don't want to go with Bob this time. I want to give him a real name.
Bobbio.
Hey, Bobbio.
Bobbio.
Vincenzo.
Yeah, I remember Bobbert.
Good old Bobbert.
Yep.
Never stood a chance.
Oh, these names are terrible. What the fuck
Bobbert
is this name? What the fuck is this name? All right. Yeah, we're not gonna go with that. These are terrible names. I can make up shit better than this. We're gonna go with.
While you look, Helga's at least heading in that direction.
Okay, got it. All right, cool. Give me one. I need to make sure if I'm looking up, it has to be something good. We're gonna go with. Let's do this.
So if you want to do their shopping while you look up names.
Okay. All right. So you're looking. I'm gonna give him the name Gelfan. Geflan. Gelfan.
Okay.
You're specifically looking for. He mentions what you're looking for is a silver dragonborn. A little bit older. Just be patient with him. He has been passing on our dead since before I was born.
Oh. Well, I appreciate you helping me in getting this done, but again, just going to Khalid, there's some things that I still need to take care of before.
It's completely understandable. Right.
And off I go.
Okay, so the rest of you decide to go shopping? Is that what I get? What about you, Bernard? Are you gonna go shopping? Or are you just gonna go get crunk?
You want to go keep a track of
She's
Helga.
going
just get
shopping.
You're just gonna go get crunk? All right.
Shopping.
5 finger discount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have potions of healing, so I'm just gonna get crunk.
Fair enough. If
You could come
just-
with Helga to do spooky ghost shit.
I don't know.
If you at least walk with them outside and start heading out, you do see like a ale vendor. Get your mead, get your ale here. Meat on a stick.
Meat on a stick, you say?
They have those.
Look at Helga like,
I'll get one later. I got shit to take care of.
Okay.
is she alright?
Yeah.
No.
She's like intelligent right
The
now.
answer
She's
is very
making
much
plans and-
Very
No.
much no.
As you can see, like there's current like drinking games going on right now where they're not even like really pouring out like out a spout. They're actually just like taking mugs and just going like into this big huge container pulling out. And some people are actually playing games that are trying to actually put their head in as far as they can out of a different one and seeing how long they can actually like hold their head into the actual booze as long as they can.
Beautiful. Renora is gonna see that and be like, I'll meet you guys up later, and then go. She gonna go
Get
party.
it, bitch.
She's gonna go party. She's gonna go hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Gonna
All right.
go make some
We'll
plans.
go
What
back
up,
to some
fellow
party.
teens?
Hello, humans. I am a normal human and would like to do regular human activities now.
Let us ingest
I
a mild poison.
All right. As far as Xander and Fierna, then, and Murph, are you gonna partake in the partying or are you gonna go into shopping?
I
I'm
would
gonna go
like to shop.
shopping.
You're gonna go shopping.
Same.
His health
I'm gonna be
potions are
responsible.
Good.
You're gonna
I will-
Xander
I
being
will-
responsible. Oh shit!
Yeah, I know. It's opposite day, right?
All right.
So
So
I'll
the-
go up to Fierna.
Gosh damn it, Helga's intelligent. She doesn't want meat. Xander doesn't want a party.
To
What
be
the hell
fair,
is going
I
on with your
do.
team?
Again, to be fair, I very much so do. But
I'll
she
go.
needs to
Xander
get
will
a
go up to
culture.
Fierna and go, Fierna, I want to be a better cleric. I heard there's these diamonds that can help, like, when we're trying to bring somebody back. Kind of need those. We should go find them.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Or a girl's best
I'll
friend.
take your word on it.
Yeah.
We'll look for some diamonds.
Play to player. Diamonds for Revivify and Call the Dead. Or Raise the Dead.
Fiona's like, why does he want shiny rocks?
All right. So
It's magnificent.
there are only really two major shops around here that are just shops on their own right. One is the Gracious Mantle, which specifically looks like it deals with clothing and armor. Another one is the... Where is it? The Haunting Sword. The other one specifically obviously deals with specific weapons, bladed, more in melee combat, less of range. It looks like these specific weapons deal with specific added bonuses like necrotic damage or fire damage and stuff like that from.
Well, I've got a pretty badass blade, so let's go. Do either of them look like they would have potions of healing, or is that completely a no-go?
It looks like maybe the mantle would have some potions, but it's not like a regular potion shop where they'll have like a bunch of variants.
We love mystery meatloaf.
Let's go for it.
Is there a potion shop around?
Is there a potion shop around? Is that what you're asking? So there is no necessarily
Yes.
potion shop, but there does look like there's some place where you can acquire potions, but it's not actually a business. It's hard to explain. It's actually where Helga's going to.
You want to go talk to the dead?
Talk to the dead.
I mean, we can try this place
Yeah.
first and then go meet her over there. I mean,
You can catch
this
me in the
might
middle of a
have-
seance.
Yeah.
I'm already
This might have the
dancing.
diamonds you need as well.
Wow.
We're already here. After you, V.
Okay.
We're gonna head on in.
Yep.
Into the mantle?
Mhm.
Okay. As you immediately enter in, a little bell rings. It looks like the place is like a custom shop, but they got some stuff on there. As you immediately see what looks like a dwarf, red braided hair, like mutton chops kind of going down, and really braided beard that kind of goes down to his stomach immediately. Yeah, I'm coming. Making my way over there. All right. Takes off his apron, moves his way
As
down,
he
and
makes
he
his way over, Murphy would say in Dwarvish, "Fine day, and Moradin's blessing upon you."
Many blessings upon you as well. Really comes down. One of the more popular tongue. I love it. What can I get you fine folks?
I'm hoping you said this back in common and not Dwarvish.
Oh no, he said in Dwarvish. He automatically assumed that the group speaks Dwarvish.
I'm going to sit there and just smile and look
Yep.
at Murph like,
Oh,
what are you
Oh,
saying?
and then he speaks in common. Like, oh, the tall one speaks in the tongue. The rest of you speak
Yeah, he's
common.
just trying to show off. That's my deal.
Perhaps you maybe should be learning this tongue instead of him showing off.
Oh,
But
that's all right.
that's
I
neither
make
here or
beautiful
there.
music.
Either way, how can I help you find folks?
Who wants to start?
Well, I don't suppose you have any health potions, do you?
Very, very few. Is that the only thing you're inquiring?
I'm gonna look over at Xander.
I'm looking for diamonds for spells.
He kind of like looks around.
Diamonds.
I mean, most of our stones, diamonds, and jewelry are used to inlay into the clothing. We don't necessarily have them for purchase. They're mostly used for our product stock. If you are specifically looking for potions and components, I would refer you to the Brood Awakening.
Oh, the
And he
Brood
points
Awakening. That's
points down a couple places. They're not really a shop of sorts, but they are a group of healers and casters that provide wares and services to many folks and travelers.
Sounds like my people.
What about you,
Okay.
tall gentleman? Is there something I can do for you?
Marcus is kind of, as he was talking to the rest, is like meandering through the shop absently. But he says it back in Dwarvish. "I need a new look. I don't... something... never mind.
No.
Being a sentimental
don't-
fool.
Don't be bashful. We got plenty of looks here. We can get you in. Do not look at the sizes. Do not look at. We can make anything work. If it's anything like that, come. I will show you around.
Is this
I'm
an
gonna,
now?
I'm gonna let him like lead me away and look at Fee and Sander and be like, "I catch up. Go get your stuff. You don't have to wait here. I don't even know what's going to happen."
We're waiting here, right?
Sure, this would be great.
Oh,
Do
boy.
it!
New look who this.
As you can see, the shop has kind of like been fixed over a few times. As he starts there's almost like a manual cranked like conveyor belt that like pushes different outfits from behind in the stock, and it comes around to the front. He starts like cranking his and like kicks it a few times. There we go, and starts cranking it a few more times. He starts pulling out stuff that looks like it's specifically less like breastplate armor, but it has like long jackets with like shoulder pauldrons and more like armor for very, very much towards your style. And he's going through like a couple of them. He's like looking at it. You know, you see this, not for you. And he keeps going on, and he kind of looks at you, and he's almost like he's trying to just like pick a style for you. But as it's going through, you see some stuff that's like a little bit more maybe demonic, where it has like spiked pauldrons and more like spiked gloves, and has more metallic boots on. And then he goes through a little bit further as you see something that's maybe more fully armored, but it's kind of more like Gears of War style, where it's like no sleeves, but just has like the big torso plate and stuff like that. And then he keeps going through, and he's just like looks. It's like, yeah, you're a rock. You're a rock. The structure, personality. I can't get a read on you. What do you want? What are you looking for?
Something for a war
Hmm.
and a funeral.
The like the people you're gonna kill, that kind of funeral, or like you're actually gonna go to like a family funeral?
The ones that
Fierna
need
walks
to
up.
fall, and the ones that will.
She's gonna hold up like a darker maroon color. This'll hide the blood.
Okay, Deadpool, calm down.
I defer to the beautiful lady, Maroon.
He starts going through, and he like now like changes the conveyor belt, so like switches out the pants, but switches out the torso, switches out the sleeves. He starts putting things together, and he like finds one that has kind of like spiked shoulders, and then has no sleeves, but then it has like these big long gloves, and it is almost kind of like a long, almost like almost like a red leather kind of like trench coat without sleeves, but it's like fitted with a lot of belts around the outside for many pouches. But it looks like it has some kind of like ethereal glow to it to the wearer, as it looks like the mannequin's on is naturally radiating some kind of energy on it. So he's kind of like put some pieces with it. It looks like there's some kind of like things that go into the fingers, and he's like looking, he's like fitting it for you. How about something like this? You know, very formal, also very murdery, covering up blood, many pouches. Is this something more to your liking?
What do you think? Looks at V and Xander.
I like a good
A
pouch.
bit spiky on the shoulders.
Let him. That is the most Xander response ever. I like a good pouch. You fucking kangaroo! Like, what do you do? Like a good pouch?
But also, like, pointy things are good. And have a little pizzazz, little pop in your step. Could work.
I'll take it.
He like looks at you, looks at you, starts stepping up. He starts like magically enchanting it, so it starts kind of like turning to your size. So it's a little bit smaller. Starts kind of fitting it on you as he's putting the armor on and everything like that. As you immediately notice that while wearing it, you're a little bit stronger. And it seems like whatever tattoos you have naturally have what looks like a more crimson glow to them while you're wearing it, even if you're not actually focusing on them. As you kind of like, you're like I want to see if I can pull it up. Okay, I can't pull up the image, but it naturally generates like the magic out of your body and amplifies it. He looks at you. Anything else?
No, this'll do. How much?
Well, not
Oh,
quite
sorry.
yet. How he's getting this wonderful, fine outfit. I mean, what kind of deals do you have? Like a 2-for-1 if we throw in some potions.
Oh.
Oh, if you're not the wheeler dealer.
Hmm.
Right.
What kind of potions are you looking for? I'll be honest, I don't have the conventionals. I got more kind of the... I don't buy them from travelers. I get them from some of our own stock that is passed around amongst the townsfolk. So I wouldn't say that I have like one of everything, but I have a few oddities and some others. He like walks up and he kind of like goes up behind like a room, comes out, pulls out a couple boxes, each one containing about 6, and he opens up each one. Most of them are what looks like different colors mixed with yellow. You've never seen this kind of color created for potions. You've mostly seen greens, blues, and purples. But this yellow is almost kind of like a goldish kind of tint to it.
Yellow's new. What do these do?
Well, to be honest, I don't know the exact schematics of how each one is. I just know what the yellow ingredients are, which they mix a little bit of sulfur in them along with different arcane objects that they broke down to create the potions. As far as I know, at least that portion of it, as you drink it, makes your magic enhanced. As far as which ones you take, depends on how effective they are. As he goes through, to put it out straight, every single one, if you drink it, you have 1 hour and all magic attacks are at advantage.
Ooh.
Um,
Okay.
And then for the added effect, if it's yellow and blue, During that time, you heal for 5 at the beginning of every one of your turns for 1 hour. If it's yellow and green, then when you drink it, you automatically regain 5 level 1 slots or 1 level 5 slot of spells. And if it's purple, you automatically pick a certain type of damage that's not slashing, bludgeoning, or piercing, and you become immune to it for 1 hour. I will make you a deal.
Okay.
These I could not sell to most people. Most people other than you don't usually come in here for potions. Each one has 6. I don't know what you're looking for. I can sell you a whole case. You get that with the armor. 2,000 in total for everything.
I could pitch in like 500. If you want it.
Since you can't really sell these to a lot of people, and we are buying a very nice outfit, maybe knock off 200?
I'm already knocking off 2,000 to make it 2,000. If you want to knock off a little bit more, you're gonna need a persuasion check.
I speak in Dwarvish as she makes that persuasion check. Look at that face. How can you say no, lad?
I'll smile really
Very easily. I only like Dwarvish women.
Very easily.
Do I use a look? You know what? We're going to sleep. Oh, I only have 19 hit points. We're going to sleep soon. I'm going to use a lucky.
Okay.
So you hope we're going to sleep soon?
Oh, God, we hope so.
It wasn't
Oh,
much
we're
better.
finding
It's a
a way.
12.
Sorry. Price is what I gotta make it. This is my own work, and a man's gotta make a living.
I'm going to look at the other two. I'll pitch in.
I can pitch in 500 because I'm sure I'll use some of these
Same.
magic potions. Beep beep.
I will put it in 1,000.
All right.
Subtract 500.
Done.
Okay.
There we go. We made the DM richer.
So there's blue, green, and purple. So there's 2 of each, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm still sitting pretty for gold because of when Renora and I ran the fighting pit hustle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pit boss.
All right. So Murph, the way that this armor works, while wearing it, you automatically get 1 extra attunement slot, so 4 instead of 3. Any magic that you have now gets additional 1d12 fire added to it. You can choose to disengage this ability whenever you see fit, but once you turn it off, you can't turn it back on until you take a long rest. While wearing this, you are also immune to fire.
Well, that's handy.
Your strength score automatically becomes 22. If your strength score is increased by any other amount, it gets additional +2 bonus. So if you take like a hill giant strength, it takes that and has another 2 to it. And you gain 1 extra attack.
Oh.
That's it.
When I'm assuming you're gonna make this, so
Yeah,
I won't
I'll
have
make
to.
Yep.
Okay.
You say
I made sure that this time I actually clocked in the time slot of that, so I don't forget. Like, fuck, what did I write? So I actually made sure I clocked in the time slot of it. So yeah,
that's smart.
Sweet. Does the one ability with the magic, does that, because I don't have spells or anything, but would it affect my magical weapons?
it would.
Effects.
Yep.
Sweet.
As for you, it would work because you have like the gloves and you got melee weapons, but it wouldn't affect like ranged weapons. So, and you don't use ranged weapons, which is fine.
I'm not about that life. No.
That's what everyone else is for.
But if you decide to do more of like your style, if like you decide to go giant style, like pick up like a boulder and throw it, then it wouldn't add to the effect because it would leave it as soon as you let go of it. So it's like as long as you're touching the object, it would have the effect.
Oh, I'm throwing boulders. Don't you worry about that.
Bah, bah.
Sweet, cool.
We'll never see you coming.
For everyone.
Pick up Helga. Yeah, yeet.
Now, all I ask is for
I mean-
Fierna taking those, just take what I told you. I don't want to make those because potions change consistently. I have too many different names of
I
potions.
put them in our chat already.
Okay, gotcha.
Yay, thank you.
It is written down and shared.
They're all 1 hour
Written.
things, and they all at least need 5 minutes in advance to actually activate. So if you take it during a battle, it will take some time before it actually takes a hold, but it does last 1 hour. Okay, so you guys then head over to the Brood Awakening.
Brood Awakening.
Okay.
Somehow.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to actually switch over to Helga then, as Helga's already heading over to the Brood Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, convenient.
As
You know it.
As you head into this place that has the ram skull on it, you immediately get smells of what smells like incense. As you notice that this place is a mixture of like a ritual house, tea house, and also burial service. It looks like it's all linked together for a specific reason, as, you know, tea and incense as far as a cleansing process. But also it looks like these specific ones are clerics and wizards that specifically train in allowing the dead to pass off into the way that they believed in, wrapping them up in a way that serves their beliefs of what God they served. As you see, most people are getting wrapped up in a very specific, what looks like a wet kind of blanket and then tied up. And then it looks like some of them, depending on their race, a few of them are sent on carts and are being told to drop them off in the sea. A few of them are told to take them over to the pits. As you can assume, the pits are the fire pits. And then it says the other ones are specifically sent them over to the gravesite, as he's delegating who goes where. As you see this dragonborn with these long scaled dreads that kind of go down past the shoulder blades a little bit, and are tied in like 3 different like braids. One eye is scarred and looks partially blind, but this still has a little bit of hue of color. And it looks like his jaw is a little bit damaged. As you can see, that part of like the side is a little bit mangled, but he's got kind of like what looks like a little surgical suture on there that kind of helps it stage. So when he talks, he kind of like moves his lips off of one side. And he kind of has a cane to walk on, but he still is wearing like thick armor, mostly leathers. And he has 2 swords on him, one specifically on his back and one on the opposite side of where he's holding his cane, which he's holding his cane on his right side. As he's walking around and he's looks at you, as the rest of the group hasn't met up with you, as he looks at you. Welcome in. May whatever God that you serve bless you. How may we help here at the Brood Awakening?
I don't exactly know how to ask for this. I was speaking with Norin, and I'm trying to contact a friend of mine who passed about a year ago, and we may be returning to the place he died, and I haven't gotten a chance to grieve him properly, and was told that this was the place to go in order to do that. I don't know how magic really works, so this is...
Well, this is less of a common magic and more of a sending of sorts. When was the last time you spoke to this person?
Player to DM, you said it was like a year ago, right?
It's been about a year and a half.
A year and a... it's been a year and a half, plus or minus a few days.
Time has passed. Can you remember this person in your head? What they look like? What they sounded like?
Absolutely. and I pull out the little box. And I have things of his, if that will help. I don't.
Everything.
I've been hanging on to them for some time because I can't let him go.
Everything will be of help. But there are a few questions I must ask, as I am a servant of our queen, and I am a servant of this kingdom. So please excuse if any of these questions seem a little forward. First off,
By all means.
contacting this person. This is a threat against our kingdom by contacting this person.
Oh, goodness, no. He was a pacifist. He couldn't hurt a fly if he tried.
Very good. That leads on to a second question, as he immediately kind of like checks marks like a list off. Yes, you can assume that is this person a danger to anybody. And thirdly, do you know how this person died?
He was on Khalid, so we were both on Khalid when it collapsed, so I can only assume burning, but no, I cannot be 100% certain of how. I'm just assuming he's dead because, again, he was a pacifist, and if something were to try and attack him, I don't think he could bring himself to attack back. So I'm just assuming that he's been gone this whole time.
You're a survivor of Khalid.
Khalid is my home.
We used to get many of you. Well, no time like the present. Come, follow me. This might seem taxing, but please keep yourself focused. As you immediately if you follow him, he starts taking you. He like opens up like a door that's not locked. As you start seeing like stairwells going down, and there's already people coming up and down. It's not like this, like he's the only one who opens it. There's already passing through as you see somebody's going in and down. Come follow, and whatever you do, just keep breathing. As you start noticing incense of different smells as you're walking through, following him, as you can tell that these are specifically there to relax the mind. I mean, they are there to get you high, but they are there to specifically get you to not overthink things. Get yourself just to be in the present as much as possible. As you start following down, as you to kind of like lean up against the walls and stuff like that. As you start walking all the way down until you find yourself into like a chamber where it's like a lot of monks praying, and there are a lot of them that are kind of like in a trance. Some of them are already working with other clients. As you start moving all a bit further, as he takes you over to a spot, and you find like a rock like platform that's like only like an inch off the ground, and then several pillows. Please sit. As he immediately gets down, he kind of has to like take his cane and come down, and he crosses his legs as he
just offer help down.
He takes it. He covers out some of the incense as he tries to start messing with some of them. So Khalid takes over some of the information. Okay, over a year. Starts.
Give him the description of what Caleb looked like. Like, I'd imagine when they first start walking down, it's like walking past the like Bath and Body Works like perfume section, like just like the overwhelming like candle and perfume, and then after a while, it starts to like.
This is more or less going into the back part of Spencer's, less of going past.
Yeah. Oh yeah, even better.
As he takes the items from you and he starts kind of laying them across the stone slab.
The 2 health potions that she's been hanging on to this whole time.
He doesn't even question it. He just kind of like puts them out in front. He kind of notices that they're a little, the potions look like they've kind of been over, like
it congealed a bit.
Yeah, and he's just like sets them out there. He doesn't bother asking any questions. As he just tells you, whatever happens, just focus on your friend, put your hands on the slab, and if for some reason it becomes too much, pull your hands away. Only when you pull your hands away are you disconnected. By all means, you are still in your body. You will not move until you let go. Wherever you go, as long as you're holding on, you're in control of yourself. So he starts to close his eyes as you can't help but start shutting your eyes, even if you try to force yourself not to. As a sense starts kind of going through you as the noise starts getting muffled. As all the other people talking starts to get quieter, like someone's turned down a knob on a TV. the smell is becoming the only thing that your senses take in. As you cannot hear anything else, you cannot see anything. All you do is you smell whatever odor he's creating right now. It is not like bad smelling, but it is not anything you smelled before. It's herbal in certain ways, but it is nothing you're familiar with. As he starts taking you, as you start to change the odor, the smell becomes familiar to you. The dew, the smell of fresh plants, the luscious greens, as you start to become re-familiarized with the wandering green. As you open up your eyes, you notice that whatever you were expecting, he is not your guide for this. He is only there to take you there, and you disconnect whenever you're ready to disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
You open up your eyes, and as if you're back to where you were before the accident and the whole world started to fall apart around you. You are walking through the wandering greens, even though you know this isn't happening. If you didn't know that, you would assume the last the last year and change never happened. Everything you feel, the bark on the tree, hearing birds in the air, the smell, even the sun kind of coming to your eyes, you gotta kind of cover it to readjust.
Oh, yeah.
It's all familiar to you. It's all come back. The senses that you only left in your memories that you weren't sure are perfect are now come back into your vision. Everything is feeling comfortable again.
Grass in my toes.
Everything is just the way it was. Even just hearing animals move around, seeing the spider webs that are just on the corner, just you can even feel like the silk of the actual web itself as you move through. Everything is perfect.
Trees that don't talk. This is great.
As you move past, like you accidentally like just test it too much as you move past like a certain bark, and you kind of like slowly kind of like paper cut yourself, and you can actually feel like the pain of it. You have no idea if this is happening to you in the real world, but
Right.
Everything is exact. Pain is pain. Smell is smell. Everything is exact. And in the distance you hear... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just because I know you said like you don't know if this is happening, but like in the trance I can still feel the tablet, right? Like I know when I'm gonna let go.
Yeah, you can there's a bit of like almost like you're holding something, but you're not. Like you can see your hands and you're not holding anything, and your fingers can still move. But it's almost like you can feel a pressure.
A pressure, okay.
Right at the palm. And it just feels like you just like you don't know how you would do that, but something in your mind just tells you it's instinctive. Like pulling away from fire. You don't actively tell yourself to pull away from your fire. Your hands just do it. And something you just know is instinctive here. You just know that if it goes to danger, your body's going to automatically react and pull your hands away. And part of his warning was telling you, your body's going to do this. So be aware.
Mm-hmm.
As you start to hear the sounds of customers and different people walking around, as you can hear the familiar sounds of the druid travelers going by. One that you know is Caleb, moving around. You cannot see them yet, but you can hear the sounds of their carriage, the smells now changing of the different kind of herbs and the potions that they brew on site, and the rickety reels that is of their carriage cart. They sound about maybe 50 feet away from you.
Both Helga and Corey don't know if I'm ready for this. But it's gonna be fine. Just Helga, I take like a few minutes to just like breathe and like try and like center and calm myself because I'm physically shaking from just the last time that she saw Khalid that wasn't on fire was also when Tabitha brought her here to make the choice. So now she's getting flashbacks of Tabitha standing there, but she's not there, and it's a whole bunch of just like almost borderline PTSD like flashbacks of just how everything went so wrong so fast.
Sure.
And there wasn't a lot of time to, it was literally just get in and get out. Like, there wasn't a lot of time to really assess the situation or go back and get something or process really what happened. It was get out while you can or you die here.
Mm-hmm.
So as much,
emotions.
yeah, Helga is visibly shaking, and is trying to not necessarily stall in this moment, because I don't understand how long this is gonna last. Like,
Mhm.
if this seance situation has a time limit.
Sure.
So I'm kind of making a casual stroll, like I'm trying to enjoy the moment, but also I want to make sure that I can get to where I need to go just in case time runs out or something happens.
Sure.
So it's definitely a casual stroll, like trying to pretend like nothing's wrong, even though there's a lot of things very clearly wrong.
Yeah. Sure.
There's a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah, so she'll just kind of saunter casually up to the caravan and just listen to the daily comings about, and then like hear Caleb's voice and just like take that moment in for a minute.
Okay.
And just like awkwardly stare at him because she's not sure if he can see her.
Give me a perception check.
Because
See what you can notice.
okay.
See what you can see.
I am so good at these perception checks now with my fancy new
best.
ring.
You're the best.
22.
You start to notice that this world that you're in is not a memory. This is kind of like the passing on version of the people who died in Khalid. They know that they've passed and they're still
good.
living. They're still living on in a perfect world that they've created. They're sort of peaceful Valhalla, as you would. Just same thing, but they are replaying a day that is before the damage has happened. They're very aware, but you can tell that everyone's here is people who have passed. And more specifically, that passed due to the devils when they entered in.
I knew it. You stupid son of a bitch, you should have ran. I should have come, and she's just now talking, not sure if Caleb can hear her or not. But she's just, you should have ran. You should have fought.
As you don't even notice as he starts walking closer to you. But I didn't. I chose to stay.
Yeah,
This
I
is my
know
home.
that. But now you're gone.
I'm where I need
Everything's
to be.
gone.
Well,
This is where you need to be? I don't understand.
everything that dies will come back eventually. The grass will
I
eventually
mean-
become green. Will eventually come back as something else. Life will return. Whether it's tomorrow or another 100 years or maybe 1,000. If I am to die
Yeah,
here, I died.
Yeah, but you are not the grass. You are more than the grass.
I'm also not a fighter. But what I do is I heal. I give people a way to protect themselves. That was my purpose. That was my way of living, both in currency and in lifestyle. I did my job until the very end. And I can feel content knowing that when I passed, several others survived due to my contributions. And if my sacrifice allows even 1-2 people to survive, I'm happy to know that I did not die in vain. And I know that due to my contributions, due to me staying for 1 extra minute, at least 5 people, due to my potions and ailments, were able to get off to wherever they needed to go for safety.
In this version, does Helga have her items, or like, so if she wanted to show Caleb the potions that she's hung on to, does she have those with her, or are those?
Oh no, you are exactly as you are now. You are not as your previous self. You are current Helga.
Okay. I don't understand.
This is what we believed in. A world of peace. We have gone to a place that allows our sacrifices to be a gift for us. We gave our physical selves away for others to survive, and thus we live in a world of tranquility, even if it is the same day over and over again. We still have our neighbors, we still have our friends, our loved ones, and we can at least live in this tranquility, even if it is the same day.
Even if it's not true?
As long as one does not truly believe it is true, you can live in peace with it. This is what I believe in.
I'll never understand you, Caleb. I never will. And I'm still hanging on to those potions. I can't bring myself to use them. And I feel like that's part of me not realizing how important you were to me.
That is alright. One does not need to buy items and just to use them. Sentimental reasons are much more important. To know that you kept them for as long is one of the greatest feelings I've had in some time, to know that I've played a part in someone's life so impactful. To know that even something as simple as ingredients put together into liquid is left as...
They're not necessarily liquid anymore.
What'd you do to my potions?
I kept nothing. I haven't used them, and they kind of congealed. So I'm sure that they'll work. If you eat the glass, I'm sure it'll work.
Like Jello.
Don't eat the glass. No.
There's a PSA for the night. Don't eat glass.
I'm sure if I add some water, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. But I was just so mean to you, and then everything went wrong, and I couldn't find you, and I couldn't.
He doesn't even let you stop talking. He just goes and walks towards you and just gives you a hug. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. How can I not worry about it?
Your play, your events that has transpired would not have changed my life. Just because your actions happened the way they did wouldn't have changed what happened with me. Yes, our last interaction was not a pleasant one, but you're here now. And even though our last interaction was not pleasant, I do not regret any moment that I've spent with you. Happy or unhappy.
Do you know if there's any of your family left, or caravan, or so? My friends and I are going back to Khalid, and I'm not ready. But if there's something I can do to honor you or your family while I'm there.
My family was here.
I just don't know if I'm ready to go back. I knew we'd have to go back eventually, I just didn't think it'd be so soon. And knowing what has become of this place, what this beauty has become, it's not right.
He just puts his hands on your shoulders and looks at you. Then use it. Use that resentment. Use whatever you have, whether it's rage or sorrow. Use it. Whether or not you use it to take vengeance, or you use it as a hero to cleanse this land from what is left behind. I might be in this promised land, but I am not unaware of what has transpired. I'm not unaware of what is currently happening to these lands. I know I still have an attachment to the lands themselves. As ashed they are, the land still lives. It is in pain, it is in agony, but I can still commune with it, in death and in life. Do you wish to return, even if it is difficult? Do you wish to return to cleanse the lands, or do you wish to return to take vengeance for those that have been lost?
Yes. Hell yes. I'm going to restore Khalid no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times it tries to kill me.
Roll me a perception check as this is happening.
Spicy. I like this dice a lot. So 18 plus 11 is 29.
As you are talking, you start to notice that the beautiful smell that you miss so much is starting to smell like sulfur.
And sulfur in Helga's mind would equate to...
Fire.
No. I want Khalid to stay like this. I don't want the fire. I don't want the devils. I don't want... We're going to put them down.
And put them down. However you got here, just know that I don't regret a single moment. How I lived, how I died, it's all for a greater purpose. Whether you believe that or
That's
not.
what everyone keeps saying.
He just immediately grabs you by like your shoulders and just looks at you. We have mere moments. Just know whatever you do, it just kind of points right at your heart. I will be there to help you, whether you can see me or not. I will be there. But as you start to notice that the heat starts to increase as the reality is about to start kicking in. This is the last we can see each other like this. One cannot come into this kind of world twice without losing their mind. Look at me. As he like pulls you and looks at you. Do what you need to do. But know that if you come to clear these lands, we're all here behind you. Whether you see it or not, we are here. You start to notice that he starts to turn dark-skinned. His body starts to go on fire while he's holding you. Give me a constitution check.
Straight old check.
Yep. Because you see this effect happening.
That's a 7. I rolled really, really bad.
As he just pushes you away with his hands, you immediately feel the burn as he looks at you. Goodbye. And know that we will always be behind you. as you immediately can't help but feel burned as you just immediately pull your hands back as you just immediately open up your eyes. Your hands are searing with one little slice of cut from the tree. But you find something on the stone slab. Where there were 2 potions are now 1, with a writing specifically in common, but it looks like it's kind of like in old common. The bottle itself is much larger than the rest, as it is more of a cone-style bottle. And it is about twice the size as the other 2. The liquid itself is pure silver. But not silver like silver damaging you, but the color is just silver.
Right, like metallic-y almost.
Yeah. As Gelfin just looks at you. Were you able to find what you were looking for?
I would imagine that throughout this, that Helga, even in the trance, has been crying the entire time.
Yeah, your eyes are like damp, and you know, even if you wipe them away, you can still feel like part of your skin's a little bit textured differently because you probably got to like wet down your face a little bit to clean it off.
You mean me right now? Yeah. Yeah. I still don't understand his logic, but I was able to get some answers of what I need. I can't thank you enough.
It is my pleasure. As he just pushes the potion bottle towards you. And I believe whatever you were looking for, as he just gestures to it, you found.
Would I have any idea of what this potion does from my random magic shop?
There's writing on it that you can read. It specifically...
Through the tears,
don't read.
Through the tears, I don't know.
Caleb knows you too well.
It specifically says Caleb's final act. This potion is granted only to you. Only you can partake in it. And it has 3 times it can be used.
Okay.
Taking it is instantaneous. It lasts for 1 minute per time. You cannot take it again until a long rest. The benefits you get are immediate, that you are immune to poison, necrotic, and acid damage. You immediately can speak with plants that are intelligent enough to speak.
You said immediate, immune to...
Poison, acid, and necrotic. If plants are smart enough to talk to plants, you can talk to plants.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
If only you had that if we were in the Feywilds. You and Mixes could have bonded.
The final thing it is while you drink this, if you're in Khalid, you automatically feel the boost of spirits is behind you. All your attacks are rolled with advantage.
Don't save this potion until it goes.
Congeals again.
Nice.
You might want to use this one.
The final part only works if you are on the lands of Khalid. By all intents and purposes, even in the volcano, still Khalid, so it take effect there as well.
Okay.
Basically, you got to be somewhere on the island.
Right.
But the first parts will take an effect no matter where you are. So the immunity to 3 and the speak to plants.
is anywhere, but the specific attacks at advantage is only while
Only in Khalid.
at Khalid.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know how much incense usually costs, so I'm just gonna try and give him, 10 gold pieces for his.
He just pushes your
Trouble?
hand back. And he immediately just kind of starts filling up a little bag. He just passes the bag to you with a little tray. Do not worry about it. We do not take that here. Take this and go with peace. About this time,
Okay,
others-
Corey's going to blow her nose. I'll be back.
at this time, the others that are going there. I'm sorry, we got to pause it. We got to go back over to Renora because Renora is drinking and having a good time.
Yeah, let's go to party. Woo!
So, as you were there and the group left, you see a couple games going on. One specifically is, yes, a head dunking contest, and it is specifically it looks like specifically what you got to do is you got to drink as much as you can, come back up, get some air, drink as much as you can, come back up, and it's just see how long you can last. Another one specifically is just a drinking contest. How many drinks can you have as quickly as you can to beat the other person?
Beautiful.
These are all with Murph-sized steins.
Excellent.
And there are three different. There's 3 different casts there. There's one specifically for customers, one between each game. So it looks like there's some people going around right now. There's another person that looks like a Goliath, like Murph, but he's got like this kind of like a mohawk, but it's kind of pulled up in a tie, and he's just got like a really long handlebar mustache on. Just a single like sleeve kind of gauntlet on, and then just a large long tunic that he's got rocking. And he just immediately just drinks someone off the table. It's like, all right, who else is ready to try it? As you can already tell that he's a little slurred with his words, as he takes some coin from his against the person he just played against. Currently, right now, he is doing the dunking.
The dunking?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Good, because that's where Renora did want to start.
Okay.
That's what drew her in. She's like, oh, what is this now? So
Just a scare.
As immediately
I'll
Okay, go ahead.
take my hand at it.
Looks at you.
Alright.
Get a stool for the small one. They won't be able to get into it fully. Bring over a stool. As you can see, these things are about your height, so like a stool is actually very much warranted. But
Yeah.
as he looks at you, and he goes to his pouch. 50 gold.
50 gold, sir. Surely a champion like you wouldn't run me out of my money for 50 gold.
Do you have more to play with?
Oh, let's make it interesting and go a straight 100.
He just kind of leans over to you. Why not 1,000?
Why not?
1,000 it is! And he immediately slaps on
Oh
the rest
my
of his coin
God.
purse.
He does not have 1,000 gold.
Yeah, now it's the next two.
Renora doesn't understand bargaining.
No,
No.
she does not at all.
As immediately a bunch of people's like, ooh, and you see another person taking bets. What do we got? Big guy, he's gonna get this. No, she's small, but I think she's gonna get him. She looks like someone's definitely here for the hustle. As you start seeing, it looks like it's half a piece. All right,
Beautiful.
so this is how the game's gonna go. It's gonna be Constitution checks that they're going through. As it
Okay.
goes through, the DC is gonna start off low. As it progresses, DC is gonna get higher. If you fail at any time, you just lose. You just got to keep beating them. There are sometimes effects I'm going to roll for a D100 that are going to give you some kind of alcoholic effects for a little bit of flavor. So, for anybody who watched the Blades one a few episodes ago, this is very much like the pie eating contest.
Let's go.
Okay.
Interesting.
So immediately they immediately like tie a rope around your hands behind so you can't use your hands. And immediately someone just rings a bell. As immediately just got to dunk in. All right, I need you to roll me a Constitution check. You just got to get it at least a 4.
Perfect. I got a 14.
Okay.
Yay.
And no effects. He is good. Okay, another Constitution check. DC 6.
Thank God I have that trait so that it automatically rolls. 16.
16. All right. And ooh, okay, he's immediately gonna be cuts up and he's like, allergies. Oh God. Then he just immediately just sneezes off. He immediately just blows a bunch of booze in his face.
Ew.
And then as far as you're good. All right, roll another Constitution check. His DC is going to go up by 2 because he immediately just got a bunch of snot shit in his face.
And we're gonna go ahead and use an inspiration to do a reroll on
Catch
that.
it! Get those coins!
What's the DC?
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, he's good. And all of a sudden you feel like a lot of the alcohol kind of like you got to kind of like let this out. You're trying to like itch your nose and it's like trying to go down a little bit. Your DC now is going to go up to 10 instead of 8.
Got it.
So you both are at 10 now. You both taking an effect. All right, another Constitution check.
Nice. Working man's 20.
Working man, that's actually what he got too. All right, so he's gonna drink in, and you're gonna start like hearing some bubbles. Oh God. Oh, all right. So as you start dunking in, you like open up your eyes, and for a second you think that something's about to grab your face. Like you just see like this creature come up with like its hand about to grab your face, and you make me a dexterity saving throw.
No.
11.
11. As immediately you feel like this skeletal hand grab you, as you immediately get, you kind of like get your head yanked down, but you immediately pull back. Your DC is going to go up by another 4, so now you're at 14.
Oh my God.
He's at 12.
All right.
All right, another Constitution check. He is good. What'd you get?
17.
17. He is good. All right, so now you go up by another 2. So what are you at? 16 now?
16.
Yep. He is good.
Damn.
Oh no.
Inspiration? When lucky fails you? What the hell, man? Oh my God. All right.
You got them
well,
coins too.
hold on. I know. That's exactly it.
Burn them all.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Burn them all in the
Burn
drinking
them
game.
For 1,000 gold, absolutely.
Yeah, because she doesn't have 1,000 gold. Why did she bet that? Why did she be like, yeah, sure? Like, yeah. 16 plus 8,
'Kay.
whatever that number
All
is.
So he's good. No ramifications for him. You okay? So 18 is the golden number. Another Constitution check. Oh, he just gets it. Just burn them all.
Yeah, literally. I'm sick
Burn.
of keeping track of
Burn
these.
the inspiration.
Yeah, we're good. 19.
At this point, you see some more people putting down money. It's like, ooh, she's lasting longer than I thought. Putting down 1,000. I'm gonna give it a couple hundred. As a lot of money's going down, as you kind of like hear it, and you can barely hear this, but you hear just currency numbers going around. As you're very much a fan of hearing numbers, so it's like, ooh, 1,000, and then oh, forgot I was drinking. All right, now it's 20.
All right.
He is starting to get a little bit of
No.
loopiness, so he has to do it at disadvantage. Oh, and he's still good.
Okay. And we're gonna. Cool. 23.
23. Okay.
24. actually. And there goes all my inspiration and coins.
As you get up, you
All
look
right,
at
big money,
him,
no
as he
whammies.
just looks like he's all ready to take you again, as he's just like, as he just sneezes and he just turns into a little rat.
Oh, what the fuck?
Wild magic, baby!
And he just like, and immediately the judge just like looks like we have a winner. Automatically by wild shaping, we got a winner. Immediately pulls up your hand for the wins.
Ooh.
I need you to give me a
It was
constitution.
2,000 gold.
I need you to give me a constitution saving throw to see if you were completely drunk by this.
Yes,
If she's
I
not,
have
I'm calling
7.
bullshit.
As soon as you walk down the steps, everything is
You're
crooked.
sure.
Everybody's like 5 people. You like randomly see like tentacle monsters like jumping out behind people. It is weird.
Whoa.
As
Where's
immediately,
my gold?
congratulations.
Where's my gold?
As immediately you see like 20 hands go in front of you that are holding like 2 bags of gold.
Like, I'm trying to grab them. Thank you. Thank you. Tip your
Immediately,
bar wench.
as like the
Woo!
worst thing to do, you can see a lot of people trying to talk to you and they're trying to like pat you behind the back. It's like, and you immediately have to like run over to hurl somewhere.
I imagine that like in the middle of somebody congratulating her and her being like, "Thank you," she just like throws up while she's saying it. Like, thank you.
Hey. No, but seriously,
No,
I'd say due to the amount of alcohol in the low roll you got, after you puke, you just kind of like start like walking as you get like a slow slope. Not like a hill, but a slow slope. You just kind of just fall face first and you just kind of just go to sleep.
start crawling.
and then roll
Just eventually,
slowly
I like
down
stumble
the
and then just start crawling up the hill, and then I'm like,
You know, this feels great. This is good.
Actually,
far, no.
this is too much work. I'm just gonna.
The world needs to stop moving. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, the world revolves around her. You know?
How much gold did I get? Just the 1,000, or is there more from the bets and stuff?
The bets were not. So they went to a bookie, so you got 1,000 gold.
Nice.
All right, so to the group that was going for shopping, as you start making your way to the Brood Awakening, same senses you get as Helga did as Helga approached. You get the incense teas, as you immediately get like a somber tone as you go in, as you see a bunch of people getting wrapped for different kind of burial services. As immediately a very dirty high elf, but not like dirty like she's naturally doesn't clean, she's just done a lot of burial services, comes up, female. As she's got her hair tied up in a really tight bun, very nurse kind of style. She's got like a white apron on. It's very dirty. She comes up, takes off her gloves. Good evening. How can I help you all?
We're just here. We were told by the other shop that you might have some spell components, like diamonds for some clerical spells.
Well, we don't sell them outright, but we sell stuff depending on what kind of spell you're doing. Is there a certain kind of spell that you are trying to cast? We mostly just deal with healing and bringing people back that have no longer been dead for any more than a day.
Oh, sure. Usually it's revivify or for raise dead. So.
Okay, so you want to do some healing. Give me 1 second. As she goes over like in a spot near to where you came in, and she starts like open up like these dresser cabinets. She starts going through and she starts pulling out bags that have like little labels on them, and they got like these little crosses on top, like medicinal crosses on them. She kind of puts on a few bags. Here are the components specifically for both of them. As far as prices, she's looking at like a little like list on there. If you're trying to bring someone back from the dead, one portion of components, 500 gold.
That sounds great.
Do you only want to do one, or you want to get multiple?
Oh, we're a very dangerous.
I will give you 500 to get at least 2.
Okay, so you're gonna get 2 of them.
I
I
will
will
also
chip in.
give you 500.
Okay, so you're gonna get 3 of them.
so-
Okay, so
Okay.
the way this is gonna work is you gotta choose now what they're for. You can either choose that this is the exact amount of components for Revivify, or another kind of or any other kind of resurrection spell as long as it's longer than 1 day.
Right.
Just
let's
pick
do
it
2.
now because
Sure.
that way you know you have the exact components for it, but you get 3 of them.
Yeah. I'll do 2. How about this? I'll do 2 Revivify, 1 Raise Dead.
Perfect. All right, just mark that in your notes. You got the components for those specific ones. The way these components work are they are not the exact components, they are matching components. So the spell doesn't know the difference. So like you don't get the actual true diamond, but you get a kind of like material that acts as the diamond spot. So you can't just like now say that I have a diamond to sell. You just have these components that can only be used for those spells. They can't be used for anything else.
Sure.
It's kind of like their kind of cheap knockoff version, but it still works.
The RC Cola.
Yeah. At this point, you start seeing people come up and down from steps, and you start to see a familiar shifter starts walking up.
Familiar sad dog
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah!
with a new
There you are.
potion in her hand because she hasn't put it away yet.
Okay.
Very sad looking puppers. And she's
Aw.
like trying to do the like, I wasn't crying. I don't know what my face is wet. Okay. It's the incense. And as she's
Yeah,
holding
feel
a
it.
bag of incense.
I'll walk over to you and kind of throw an arm around you. Come on, let's go get you a drink.
Yeah.
Just one? I need more than one.
Oh,
I'm sure we can find more than one.
Where's Renora?
You know, that's who we're gonna go
She
find.
started without us, I think.
Yep.
That bitch.
You see me
She's
napping
just
on the
All of a
road.
sudden, you just see like this little rat come by, and all of a sudden, you just see what looks like it sneezes, and it turns into a Goliath. It's like, damn it! I was going on for so long, and he just starts walking past.
I think
Magic
I'm
is-
gonna need a drink. Let's go, guys.
Yep.
Magic is so weird.
It was very weird. Yes. Yes. So
On
we'll
our
go
way
catch
back,
up.
Our way over
find
to Renora.
on the hill.
As you
I'm
start
sure
walking,
she saved us a table and got
I-
us drinks.
as soon as you start walking
Yeah.
back, there is a slight, like, not even like a hill, but like just a light incline slope. Not even much effort to walk for somebody that's like even in crutches, and you just see like Renora just like passed out, just like.
As you're saying that,
Oh, save us
Her
a
money bag.
table, did she, Fenra? Got us drinks, did she, Fenra?
Started without us, did she?
North loudly.
Is her
remember
money
my
bag
thing.
still sitting clutched in her hand?
Oh yeah, even in a drunken, passed out state, she is white knuckling that bag.
Yeah, no.
I walk up and I pry it from her
Do you?
hand.
I'm gonna say
Saved us a table.
even when she's drunk and unconscious, still give me a strength versus athletics check, please, because
I was just saying, literally,
I'm a fair
one of
believer that
Renora-
Renora can hold on to her currency even while she's asleep.
literally one of Renora's songs on her playlist is "Bitch Better Have My Money." Like she's definitely hanging on to this.
It's like a struggle.
I'm
Like,
gonna use my last lucky.
Really?
no, you're
Oh.
not. Fuck out of here. You can play that game, bitch.
As you used all your things for a drinking game.
I do have lucky. Or no.
Spooky 20.
First, so what?
The only time we'll let someone unconscious actually do something. What's the question?
Racial trait lucky is different than feat lucky, huh?
Yes.
Hmm.
Have you been doing it wrong?
No, I just realized that. I was like, I have lucky too, but my lucky is automatic reroll when I get a 1.
Yeah.
Because it's a racial trait, not a
Yeah.
feat lucky.
It's a halfling thing, so.
Yeah.
Bonus.
All right,
See,
hold
that
on.
was cackling.
But isn't it only once, and then you have to do a long rest?
It is, equal to my proficiency score until like taking long
Okay,
rests.
so
and my
you have-
proficiency score is 5.
Okay, so you can do it 5
So-
times. Got it. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well. Nope.
After a bit of a
We're
struggle,
going shop. We're going drinking.
after
Unrenora's
a fear
dying.
night, you're like, you think you can just like take it away, and like, even though she's still snoring, like she's still hanging on, and you're like, almost have to like, God damn it, and you just like pull it out of her hands, and she just like curls back up.
No,
Better us.
can I
than
go for
somebody
a
else.
kick? Can I trip her? Can I just like swing wildly with my foot?
It looks super awkward, but yeah, you all of a sudden, like while
Cool.
she's still asleep, like randomly, she just kind of like somehow pivots on the grass and like just trips you in the process, and it's just like, bitch, my money.
Give me my money.
Catch it.
I'm gonna
Catch
take
the bouquet.
a few gold out just to cover our drinks, pocket it, and give it back to her when she's awake.
All right, fair enough.
Deal.
Oh, we don't want to take drunk Renora shopping? Come on now. We can really buy
on
some
now.
really stupid shit.
I bought you 20 breathing underwater potions.
I already have one.
Right.
All right.
And we took 10 gold out of the 1,000,
Okay.
and then you're getting the
Our
rest
beer
back.
money.
Thank you.
Beer money.
Our beer money.
Courtesy of
She's
so I
buying
guess
us
So I can roll my long
Xander-
rest, right? No.
Yeah, I'll say to help her out, to help Renora out, as we casually just kind of took her money.
Sober me up a bit.
yeah,
Splash water
yeah.
in my face.
So
like, come on,
can
girl.
I
Get-
cast,
get your shit together. Like-
Can I cast Lesser Restoration on Renora to see if I can cure either like maybe something that's afflicting her? Like
Sure,
maybe
if you-
potential hangover or
Drunkenness.
Does lesser restoration
Alcoholism?
does lesser restoration deal with poison? I forgot.
I
I think that's greater.
Can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Poisoned? Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll say it takes away the full like extra part of it. You're still super drunk, but you now like wake up and things are still a little lopsided, but you can at least deal with it. It turned into more of like I just had like a rough night, not that I just fucking drank like half a whole barrel of booze.
Yeah.
I
Where the
How
fuck?
ya doing?
Xander? What's going on, man? What the fuck?
We're doing great.
Why are you
We just
yelling
were
at me?
Yeah.
So loud.
Why is Gamora?
Shh, 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 shh. Who turned the sun up, man?
Honestly, spoken from my soul. Like,
You just start,
wanna.
you just start yelling at the sun. Why are you so bright?
You're next.
Hey, Carter, boy.
Did you want some water, Renora, or did you want to just go to bed, or we'll find you in
where?
a room at the
Where are
end.
we going? What's happening?
Well, we came to get drinks to join you, but you led the way.
Oh, I'm
skip
down.
line.
I'm down for a couple drinks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll prop you up on this table.
Okay.
You
Alright.
hold this
Yeah.
table,
All right.
Yeah.
like the boss you
Immediately
are.
asleep.
We're gonna go get a drink.
Okay. I'm gonna say because this is
I'll hang
gonna.
out with Renora.
I'm gonna say because this is gonna go on tangent really like at 9:30. I'm gonna say that you guys have a crazy ass fucking night.
I would like to say that as soon as Renora gets seated down at a table in the tavern, she's probably gonna like have a sip and then maybe just like
she's in the
full ass
she's
drink,
in the
like,
corner, just like
just sitting in the corner of the booth, passed out,
Yeah.
with her
No,
hand
no,
like
that's right,
on the handle of
Yeah.
her mug, like.
ready to hit someone with it.
Right.
But you guys have an eventful night. If we go over the eventful night, this will never get done. So you guys have an eventful night, and you have your rest, knowing that you have your night of fun before the seriousness. But with that, we're going to end it there. And leave it without any weird dramatic ending and keep it easy for everyone. So,
For my soul, thank you.
so
I only
thank,
deal with one dramatic ending.
thank you everybody
Kill
for
comes back
watching.
from the dead.
Do not forget that if you're in the southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Beloit area, tomorrow we are doing our Pride D&D session at 5 Bar. Fun little story that I kind of created. I'm kind of excited about whether or not you want to play or actually watch. I do have a couple slots available for you if you would like to check pre-made characters. Don't forget that next week Blades is off. We at this group haven't decided yet if we're off next week or not, but we will keep you guys in the loop on if we are playing again next week. So everyone have a fantastic night, and hopefully we see you tomorrow. Otherwise, good night. Have a nice week. See you later.